Hi, in this video we will learn about cash flow. Mainly the cash flow, it's the most important thing in terms of solvability. And why? Because if you have, let's say, 1k euro profit on your company and you need to pay 500k or 50k to your suppliers, and also minus, let's say, 300k euro that you didn't receive from your customer, it's very difficult to success, and it's very difficult to continue your activity, because cash flow mainly it's the basic in order to bring success to your operational way. In other words, even if you have profit to your company, that doesn't mean that you will have money in your company, because if the customers will bring you a loss and will not pay your invoices, you cannot succeed. So this is why it's very important to make the difference between profitability and insolvency, because in this case the company will go bankruptcy, because it doesn't matter these profit figures, because in reality you don't have those money. Good. Now, when you go in details into the cash flow, we need to see three directions. First, it's the operational, or let's say operating cash flow, which is coming from the core activities of the company. Let's say we are a seller, a bestseller, and we still sell books. So the cash flow, operating cash flow, will be result of our money that comes from our books, sold books. After this operating cash flow, we have the next category, which is linked to capex, or we can say investing cash flow. The third category should be, here it's investing cash flow, and the last one, it's finance investment, or let's say finance changes in cash flow, or in our, let's say, capital. To be more easy, let's say cash flow from finance activities. So this is the last category. Good. So first one, let's make it bigger and change into the blue, italic and bold. Increase, and that's it. Now we'll start to talk about those three categories. First one, operating cash flow. Let's try to put them into the right, and here we're gonna start to build our template. The first, let's say, KPI for starting the cash flow, it's for sure the EBITDA. It's basically extracted from our P&L, and it's basically the result before taxes, depreciation, and amortization. For this, we have EBITDA. Then we have those categories of assets from our balance sheet, and also information took from P&L, where we have financial costs. which can be taxes or interest fees. Let's say taxes, or let's say simple financial costs. Then we have the accounts receivables, and accounts payable near inventory. After that, we have, let's say, for all of these, after the financial costs, we have for sure the delta, which is the difference between the account receivables from the given period and from the T-1, meaning the year before our period. Mainly, we have a calculation from year 1 to year 2, or from 0 to 1. And for this, we're going to talk in the next video. But for now, let's focus into the details of the template. Good, we have delta for all of this, meaning the variation, and then for sure we can have some other assets or other liabilities. Okay, and all of this should bring us the first level, which is operating cash flow. Good. Now let's go into the investing cash flow. Then we'll start with CapEx. CapEx can be for sure our activities linked to the fixed assets. And in our case, we have properties and equipment. For sure, I'm gonna write here, let's say property and equipment. In our case, can be also plant. It's PPE in the finance world. But in our case, let's focus on the property and equipment. And here we'll have investing cash flow, or we can say cash flow from investing activities. Good. Let's copy the format and go forward. The last part is cash flow from finance activity. And here we have the main, it's basically delta variation from equity. Good. Now we are almost done. So we have those three categories: operating, investing, and finance. And now the final result will be the net cash flow. And this will be the sum for those three categories about we talked earlier. So basically we have cash flow from finance plus cash flow from investing and operating cash flow.